All right, we are back. Episode 9, backstage with OSO. Super excited. It's been a couple of weeks between episodes because we've had so much going on. So I'm super excited today to be back talking everything going on in the back end right now. We had the OSO MVMT Drop 2. So thankful for you guys jumping on this drop, and it's basically sold out. I think there's 1 or 2 random sizes left because we did a way bigger drop this time, which was super dope. Always happy for the support and very thankful. Deep down, my next single, we talk about the release, some of the ups, downs, things that we were struggling with in the time and when it's coming out. Also, we go on to talk about OSO MGMT, signing one of my best friends, Deakin XD, absolute weapon producer. And I can't wait to share more with you guys about that one.
Yo, yeah, it was an awesome episode this week. We also jumped in to talk about OSO Sounds. We've been harping on about it, but it is finally out. OSOsounds.com. Go check it out. There's a free pack on there as well. You can download it. And we've got some awesome packs. Preset pack by Graveyards and also a sound pack by Mackay Santoro. And we also talked about some consulting that we have recently started for some nightclubs. So we're essentially doing the in-house bookings for a couple of nightclubs, and that's been an awesome experience, and we're really appreciative of those venues giving us the trust to do that for them. So without further ado, let's jump into the episode.
All right, episode 9, backstage with OSO. Myself, Jake, with me as always, Andy. How are we today, Andy?
Not too bad. A little
Not
bit
too
tired.
bad?
Not a little bit tired.
Damn, man. The boys running on 3 hours sleep. It's a Monday. We've been up since, 6:30 a.m. we got to the gym?
Yeah, 6:30 gym. So, some people got there slightly later than
Yeah,
others.
okay. I got there at 6:45. But 6:50, whatever.
That's right, I was just sitting there watching TikToks in the car.
Yeah, no, we had good intentions. But we started Monday with a bang on the back of... I'll tell you about my weekend. My weekend was...
Yeah, tell me about your weekend, Jake.
It was nice. It was actually good. I DJ'd on Friday night at a local club on the Gold Coast here. That was chill. That was good. Just sort of playing like resi sort of stuff, which was easy. And I enjoy doing that sort of stuff, like playing a warm-up set and stuff like that every now and again, which is cruisy.
Something different, yeah.
Yeah, it was good, man. And then, had a few drinks for my mate's birthday on the Friday night, which was sick. And, caught up with some key industry people, which was really good.
You know what I just realised? We still need to give socks to Kai.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking when I rocked up, I'm like, oh, shit, we should have bought the socks. Oh, well. Kai, they're on the way, mate. They're on the post.
Yeah, so anyway, it's Kai's birthday on the weekend, and we haven't given you socks yet. Yeah, we'll get that. So that is a cool point. Also, OSO MVMT Drop 2 happened. We'll get into that a bit later.
Yeah.
But weekend was good, man. Sunday was kind of a reset day for me, which was really good. Woke up. I didn't even wake up early, man. I think I woke up at 9 a.m. and then went to gym. Kind of reorganized my life a little bit at home. Did a little bit of a reflecting afternoon, which was really good, and. Caught up with some friends and, got to hang out with the band and stuff on Sunday afternoon, which was, really dope to sort of see, different side of the music stuff, which was really cool. What about yourself, man?
Yeah, sick. I don't know, pretty much same old weekend, just a mixture between DJing and also just following up on some assets for the upcoming release. Everything's starting to come together, which is good, and I think the nights were pretty good at the club, which is always good. And then caught up with the parents because they're heading back overseas soon, so spending some time whilst I can before they get confined and not be able to come back.
Yeah, man, this is crazy. Because your parents are heading back over to Singapore.
Yeah, Singapore.
And what's the COVID situation there at the moment?
It's been up and down. I think recently they've just reimposed harsh restrictions. We only allowed, I think it's 2 people at a time back to your house now. So
they're proper tightening up.
Yeah, that's tightened up again. But in saying that, their rate of is it immunisation? Is that the right word?
I guess so.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Well, the rate of vaccine. Vaccination. The rate of vaccination. How did I not know that?
I don't know, man.
That's
Andy on 3 hours sleep, man.
I need another coffee. Holy crap. The rate of vaccination over there is quite rapid, which is good. So
epic.
So whilst the restrictions are bad now, I think they've just timed it whilst they're getting closer and closer to that 100% mark, and then they'll be pretty. Because I heard from them that and I don't know how accurate it is, that Singapore's developing or already has some sort of measures in place where you can, go to Japan and China and stuff. And it's not
they've
an
got like
issue.
their own travel bubble,
Almost
sort of like
yeah, I don't know if
mapped
it's
out.
like an official thing or if it's just
Yeah.
like if you've been immunized you can go and there's no lockdown I'm not too sure how it's working, but they're getting there. So I think by the time the parents get there, hopefully it'll be a bit better for them.
Yeah, definitely, man. Like, it's so interesting. Like, even talking to friends that are in Canada right now and stuff, and even they're locked down, and like, it's crazy. But then you go literally 4 hours away from where they live over to the States.
Yeah.
And it's just like, all right, music festival announcements. Yeah. This is open.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, man. Like, the lineup for Rolling Loud dropped, like, I think it was last week, and it's every hip hop artist ever. And it looks like the most insane lineup. And
it's crazy.
Just the population and the amount of people over there, man. It's just like, I can't wait for us to be over there, and I can't wait for the rest of the world as well to be able to travel again, so we can all experience this and get back to reality and the hype of the music industry, which would be dope.
No, it'd be good. Yeah, I'm keen to just go traveling and just seeing different parts of the world. I feel like so not confined here, but like. I'm very much a person that needs to go on like a big Europe trip every year or something. It sounds so cliche and Gold Coasty to say that, but like I just like going and experiencing new places, going and meeting new people, and you just like learn so much traveling. That you come back and you feel like you're a whole different person. So
you're gonna add Wanderlust to your bio after this.
Yeah, Wanderlust.
Is that the word? Is that the word?
Yeah,
I don't know. Instagram girls, help me out.
Who was that? Black Bear? Wanderlust?
I don't know. I feel like Throttle did a song called Wanderlust as well.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
We'll have to research that later. We'll get back to you. Find out on episode 10.
Yeah, damn, man. But I completely agree, because I am someone who hates being confined, which is kind of weird because we work every day in this confined studio.
We literally have no windows in here. It's
literally a blacked out room. If you're watching on YouTube right now, you can see it's a blacked out room with some blue panels on the walls.
Yeah.
Like, very grateful for this space, but also it can get a little bit cabin fever at times. But I'm super excited to hopefully be back on tour. Since last episode, we actually went and played, I played an away show in Mackay. Andy, you were TM on that one, which was sick.
Yep.
So what are some things? So Andy jumped on the camera, because we were talking about cameras in the last episode.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
A week before we went, I think.
So we actually opted against, we weighed up some pros and cons, and we're like, look, to get a camera now, it's almost pointless. And we sort of like weighed it up, because we're like, we could get a good hobby camera, but it wouldn't be considered as a professional one. And, the level we want to shoot is professional and stuff like that. So for right now, we just stuck back to the iPhones and stuff. So what was some learning curves from shooting to editing, because you did all the editing and stuff. So
also shout out to Damo again. He did come through with the advice on the camera. So that was good.
Shout out Damien Wright. Cheers, brother.
So it was definitely a learning curve. We ended up buying the DJI Osmo 4, the handheld iPhone gimbal, the new one, which is actually a lot cheaper than I thought it would be. I think it was about $250, $300 from Camera Warehouse or something.
Somewhere.
Yeah, it was actually really handy, and it proved to be really useful. So it was a bit of a learning curve, just like learning how to use that. But I kind of practiced before we went. More so, I think the learning curve was figuring out when to kind of pull out the camera and take the video, because I wanted it to be almost as natural and like authentic as possible. So
you want like organic. You don't want to like.
We didn't want to like pretend to like fake laugh and just like do these fake pranks and stuff. Like we want to just be like what's actually happening. So after like trying to pull it out, because you automatically, as soon as the camera's out, you like without even knowing, you feel like awkward.
And people get weird as well.
Yeah, they do.
Like the other people around you get weird. Like I get awkward on camera. So let alone when you're with a bunch of people who probably aren't as in the spotlight as much as us with like podcasting or whatever we're doing, then they get awkward about it too, and it's just like, oh, don't worry, we're not going to do anything that's detrimental to your career. Like,
100%.
Yeah, we're just here to capture some moments. So.
Yeah, so what I ended up doing was after a few of those things, I'm like, I think we just like tried too hard. I just ended up, like, when we were in the hotel room preparing for the set, I just put the camera down and just clicked record, and just we went and sat down, and like after about 5 minutes, I just forgot to even put on record.
Yeah.
And then like later, I was just watching it back and just pulling out bits that were like us just talking shit basically, and just funny parts, and then so we're using that, and then just through the night, I just kind of follow around and try to pick those moments where no one really like it was just authentic conversations and stuff, and then I just whip it out quickly without people noticing, get a bit of footage before
Sneaky.
everyone cracked on.
Yeah,
But,
it was good, man. It was cool. Like, and it was also on the level of like, you know, like we didn't want to like make it look like it was like we were trying.
To stage, yeah.
Yeah, because we see so much shit in a stage, and it's like, all right, but we want to keep it interesting, but also engaging, and yeah, it's a weird divide, man. But what about like shoots, angles, like scene transitions? Like, what do you think you could take away from what you did to make it better for the next one?
Yeah, it was definitely a good learning experience in regards to learning how to get footage from angles where that angle isn't really possible. So like, for example, like the standard behind the DJ shot of like behind your back, like to the crowd wasn't really possible because the booth wasn't deep. The depth of it wasn't like long enough for me to be able to get behind because they had a big LED screen there.
Yep.
So I couldn't even like hold my arm up. So I had to kind of get like the angle around. So I ended up, you know, just getting up on chairs and objects and stuff in the middle of the dance floor, which sounds stupid, but like, it's just, you just do it without even thinking.
Shot, boy. So
just like got up on stuff and just kind of, you know, learned to use the camera without being able to see it with like using the hand. Cause like you can use the, you know, the hand to like adjust it. It's almost like a trigger thing. It's really good.
Yeah.
So just learn to like kind of figure out how high I need to go and just get the right angles and also like make sure I got the shots when they needed to be like like because you know the night was like it was a slow night to start with. By like peak time was really good, so I'm like, okay, make sure I get like a lot of shots around this time, and then like make sure I get the shots of like when you're playing a specific song, whether it's like the new release, so that it all ties in, and then also at the same time remembering to get shots of the crowd and then shots of the people that have come in with us, the other DJs in the booth, just so there's a so it's like the whole night, just not like just crowd shots and just not just you. It's like the whole experience. Yeah,
because I wanted to like sort of feel like someone's coming along for the ride and they'd be like, oh, that was dope. Like I felt like I was there. Like it was fun. So yeah, I think it's really cool, man. For a first one, I think you nailed it, bro. It was really good. So shout out you, bro.
Definitely a lot to improve on though. I think that it's just more about thinking about how to get creative with those authentic. I'm going to call it authentic shots.
Yeah,
where,
like the organic sort of shit.
Yeah, organic.
It just like flows, and it's like it's real conversations. And
exactly, because it feels awkward to pull out a camera like at dinner, for example.
Yeah.
So I was like, I just quickly like whipped out my phone, didn't put the mount on, just put it out the phone, took a quick recording for like 10 seconds before anyone noticed it. Yeah. Just so it was just that little like transition between, oh hey, like.
We got
artists get dinner with the DJs beforehand for a lot of the time, but people don't know that. Like, they just see like hotel room, show, plane back home.
Yeah.
And it's like, I wanted to show all these bits in between that people just don't get. Like, also when we're at the arcade just playing games and having fun.
Yeah,
like,
it was sick,
that
man.
Was sick.
Like, it was cool. So shout out North for artist liaising there. And the whole team at Liquid Nightclub and Mackay, Greg, Christy, all the DJs, man. It was,
Legends,
it was super dope weekend, man. So yeah, really enjoyed that. And coming back, man, we've just been working like crazy since then to, mostly, let's talk about Deep Down, the release of that, because that's coming up.
It's coming up.
What do we got on today, man?
It's been a pressure cooker. I'm not gonna lie. There's been
it's been fucking stressful to say the least, man. Like I've been like very overwhelmed these last couple of weeks in general.
Yeah.
And this has just been the added thing on top.
Yeah.
But I think we're finally starting to get to the end of it.
Yeah.
Which is good.
I mean, like for those that don't know, like full transparency, like. We're almost got everything ready there because we've got super high expectations with everything that's happening.
Yeah.
So the issues that we came across was that because we were limited in the amount of time that we had at the facility that we're recording the basically the music. Not video.
It's almost
a music video. Yeah. So we're limited with the time at the facility. The photos that we're going to get at the facility of Jake and Riley for the album art. The time frame for that was quite limited also, so we didn't have enough time to like take the photo and sit there and look at it on the day and like it. and be like, this is exactly the one we want. It was a matter of quick photos. Yep, that looks good enough. We can make this work, and then back to recording the actual video.
Yeah.
Which in hindsight was probably something that we should have. Maybe foreseen, but also, we were also restricted in budget, so we can't afford to just have a photographer there.
Yeah, just chilling along.
So that's the other thing that, over time, once budgets start increasing, like it won't be an issue. But the problem with that was that the videographers that took the photos for us on the day did an awesome edit on the photo, and we're like, this is awesome. Yep. But because the photo was, I'm going to say rushed, and that's not their fault, and it's not our fault. It was just a matter of, we didn't have time.
Yeah, because the sun was coming up as well. Like,
Yeah.
it was like 5 a.m. in the morning, and we're trying to get these key scenes. And, like, realistically, looking back on it, we should have had a photographer there as well to take away and almost
pressure,
document
yeah.
it as well.
Yeah.
Like, almost document the scenes. But we were all involved. Like, you were in the scenes. Like, everyone was in the scenes.
Yeah.
Like, it was like... Yeah, it was a full-on little
It was
shoot.
full on. Yeah. So
it was
ended
very
up
stressful.
So the issue lied with the fact that because there's baseball bats and there's all sorts of effects and that sort of thing in the shot, that there was shadows casting over mainly Jake's face. And what happened was that because of the edit on the photo, it kind of like almost emphasized like weird shadows on Jake's face that didn't exist. Like there was like, it almost looked like there was a hole on his forehead, for example.
There's a dent in my head.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Which is funny because the next day in the street, I'm like, you don't have a dent in your forehead,
Yeah,
do you?
Andy out here just calling me out in the studio, just staring me down like, oh yeah, there isn't a dent there. I'm like, fucking hell, this guy,
it was just an unfortunate shadow that's just literally hit him right in the middle of the forehead.
Yeah.
So then what ended up happening...
It'll make more sense when you guys actually see the photo.
Yeah. So then the problem was, because the videographers aren't Photoshop guys, like and they've said that openly. They're
super talented videographers and editing guys like in the video field, and that's their
100%
expertise.
So we hit them back and said, oh hey, like we need to do these changes, and then what ended up happening was they were learning Photoshop as they were doing it and using like what they knew with their like Lightroom and that sort of thing, and to try like airbrush the shadow out. But what ended up, the end product of that was that it almost looked like Jake had like a mask on his face because
E.T.
Yeah. because of the editing. And then so it was like, oh shit, like the photo's still dope. Everything's dope about the photo except Jake's face.
Yeah.
And it's like shit. Like we've put that much effort in, we're not gonna go and compromise on
that one detail. Like, I would have been cool with it if it was just the single cover. I'd be like, all right, cool, whatever. Like, fuck it. No one's going to zoom in that far.
Yeah.
But because we're going to use that for the rollout on the art, on the tour poster, I was like, man, you can't have me out here looking like fucking E.T., man. Like, let's get this, like, looking legit. Like, let's make it work. So, shout out Jasna Creative. She was an absolute legend. I sent it to her with pretty much no notice at all, and she flipped it around like 24 hours. Did a quick edit, shot it back over to the boys at Vision Cinema. Boys at Vision Cinema absolutely killed it.
Yeah.
Final touches, edits, everything's looking good. We're finally in them stages now where it's like, all right, off to the graphic designer, finalize this shit, and then let's start getting ready to distribute.
So it sounds like, so when Jake says it like that, it sounds like it was like, yep, easy, dun dun dun. This was about 3 weeks of back and forth on, hey, like this edit changed this and this to change this, and it's like, oh, because then obviously there's a day in between each, edit, because they're working, we're working, we've got different things going on.
Busy, everyone's busy.
Yeah, so it ended up being like a 3-week ordeal, just to fix a
face,
small minor issue with the shadowing on Jake's face. But anyway, we've got there now. It kind of resulted in us having to push things out, but we got there, so hopefully everything will be sweet for the release in just under 2 weeks.
Yeah, which is crazy, man. So on an exciting note on that, we have the pre-launch party. Is it pre-launch or is it launch party? What do we call it? I can't even remember.
No, it's going to be launch party because the track will come out on the 28th of May, which is the not this Friday, next Friday.
Yep.
And then it will be the launch party, which will be the following Saturday, which will be the 5th of June.
5th of June, and that is at the Met in Brisbane, and I am so excited for that. Like, the Met for me it's one of them staple venues that like every big artist goes to and every big artist sort of plays on their tour run. So locking down this show for me was, super, it really means a lot to me. Like, Brisbane's pretty close to my home, and it's kind of in between where I grew up and where I'm living now on the coast. It's like that in-between staple of anyone who's anyone. Like, Skrillex has played there. Like, massive idols of mine have played there. So to be playing there, I'm absolutely gassed. So it's going to be a co-headline, myself and Riley Ella, deep down release party. I can't wait. It's going to be dope.
It's going to be sick. Yeah,
June
so
5th.
if you're in Queensland, fly in.
Yeah.
it's going to be a big night. Yeah.
We're going to be getting crazy. So I can't wait to celebrate with you guys. It's going to be the start of something crazy. So really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to that.
Yeah, so you'll see that start to come out on the socials soon. And you'll also get to see the video. It's a promotional video, but it's almost a music video. You'll see that on release day.
Yeah.
So we're really keen to see what everyone and hear what everyone has to say about that, because we have put a lot of effort in.
This shit's looking like a Hollywood movie, man.
Yeah.
Andy's downplaying it. Like, it is epic. Like, I'm really looking forward to seeing the final, and it's one of the things that gives me anxiety because it's creeping up close again, and we haven't got the final yet, but I know the boys are working on it, so yeah, shout out to Vision Cinema. I can't wait to see this shit all finished up. I know it's going to be elite, so our expectations, like everything we do, are very high, so I guess to be able to work with us, you got to be very patient and like very good at your craft. So yeah, shouts to these boys for putting up with
our
us.
antics.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like, yeah, I guess it's like when you work so hard on something, you expect everyone else to work just as hard as you. And
100%.
Yeah, that's kind of where we're at on that. So that's super exciting. But in between all this madness, OSO Movement Drop 2.
Drop 2.
It's out, man. It looks incredible, man. Like this one for us, because like if you guys have been paying attention, like Drop 1 for us, we did it all in-house. We did it all ourselves. We made the screens ourselves. We screen printed it ourselves. We did it all ourselves,
Everything.
Which was, I'm super proud of them shirts.
Yeah,
still.
they're sick.
Like, they're dope. I'm wearing one right now, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I'm wearing the Drop 1 right now.
Yeah.
So, but Drop 2, we decided to outsource because we've had so much on, man.
Yeah, we are doing. I mean, like, I don't want to talk us up about doing a lot of stuff, but we're taking on a lot of work at the moment and backing it up.
Yeah,
it's awesome, but it's also just like a high stress environment, I think. Like,
yeah, I think it's been very high stress. Like, I've been feeling it especially. Like, so credit to you for putting up with my shit half the time, bro. Because I've been very stressed out on that front. But like the movement Drop 2 went really sick. Like, in the first like 10 minutes, it's sick sitting there like watching the screen and just watching it like pop off order.
Yeah.
So super grateful everyone who's copped Drop 2 on the movement. I think because on this drop we doubled the size of the drop as well. So this one didn't sell as quick as our first one, and I think there's like 1 or 2 random sizes left on the site. So if you're listening to this, jump over and cop it now, but I'd say it's basically sold out, which is a successful drop to us, man, and we're very
100%.
stoked about that. So
yeah, it's awesome just to see, like, I've seen a few people just out around town just wearing, we get tagged every now and then in just in Instagram, because like for this like we don't make money doing this. Like it is, and it like if anything we're losing money because we're not spending time doing other things. So it's like it's more of a creative fun project for us, and like to see people also be like, oh, that's a cool shirt I want to buy. Like that's the rewarding part. I think
it's rewarding in itself, man. And it's like, hey, we came up with this, and it's like it's cool. It's like, we never have seen it as a money-making venture, and we made that pretty clear from the start. We were just like, we just want to do dope shit. And I'm really enjoying like the art aspect side of things on the Instagram, and just being able to be creative with art, and kind of like, I guess like kind of, I don't know, like visual creativity, like mixed with like the music side. Like it's cool. Like it all ties in, and you can really portray a really cool, I don't know, message through the digital assets as well.
100%. And I think the other proud, I guess, thing for us is that, we haven't spent a cent in advertising OSO movement at all. Like, there's no,
I forgot about that.
like upsells. There's no, there's no Facebook marketing. There's literally, we made an Instagram page, shared it on our own page. We made a Facebook page, shared it on our own page, and people have organically bought it, that either like the shirt or that like us and want to support us. And there's been a lot of people that have like bought both drops and are just consistently buying, whether it's socks or stuff beforehand. So shout out to those guys.
Yeah,
like,
shout out to OGs, man.
Yeah, really appreciate it. It's been awesome.
Yeah, it's been sick, man. And like, we're stoked to be along for the ride. This isn't one of them things that's just going to pop up and then disappear. Like, we're in all this for the long game, man. Like, myself and Andy now are literally full-time at OSO, like 17 online, between OSO movement management, everything else
Sounds,
we freaking do. OSO
other
Sounds
things coming soon.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Consulting.
Yeah. So that's a couple of things we could touch on this week as well. OSO Sounds. So it's been completely revamped. 17online.com is our initial website. And if you're new here, that's where the word OSO came from, is 17 online. It's abbreviated OSO gang, what up? And so we've actually recreated the website. Like, you've probably heard us talk in episodes before that our website wasn't optimized and worked as smoothly as we wanted it to do, and it didn't function and give like a real user experience which we wanted. So full credit to Andy on this one. Andy's fully rebuilt the site from scratch.
Yeah.
He's a wizard. I contributed with art assets and little opinions of leaning over the shoulder going like, change this, do that, or hey, what do you think of this?
Nice,
but yeah, Andy, run us through that,
We're building websites now, baby.
Yeah.
No.
It's nuts, man.
No, it's we basically, so for the people that, you know, have known us from 17 Online, the website, if you click the Sounds tab on that website now, it redirects you straight to OSO Sounds, which is essentially bringing all the things that we have on the Sounds and everything we're going to be bringing in the future onto a whole separate website. And like we said, the reasoning behind that was because we couldn't optimize it for Facebook advertising because there was issues with pixels and the back end of the website. So now we can actually track everything, which is awesome. So we can see, you know, who's actually coming to the website, if there's any issues with the website. You know, we've even got things in place so that we can, you know, watch a user come to the website, literally watch their screen, watch their...
In a non-creepy way.
Just what they're doing on the website, not their laptop. We're not hacking people.
Yeah, we're not hacking.
No, there's like apps on Shopify, which is where this website was built, that it's called, I think, Lucky Orange, where it lets you, you know, when you've got Facebook advertising or whatever, you can watch your user experience on the web page. You can see them, listen to the different samples and see what they do, because then you can kind of optimize to see, well, oh, hey, maybe like they listen to that sample and then from that listening to that sample exited. It's like, okay, maybe that sample isn't the right one out of the pack to use, for example. That hasn't happened, but I'm just using it as an example.
Yep.
But yeah, so we recreated the website. Between myself and Jay, creating assets and developing the website and the back end, basically did everything ourselves. Only part we outsourced was the audio integration, because it was a
coding bitch.
It was a full on code, and then we used Gem Pages to build the website, so it became a whole another layer, because then the coder had to talk with the coders from Gem Pages and then integrate it. Anyway, long story short, it's all integrated, and now they've optimized it, so it's relatively easy for us to template it across when we have new products.
Yep.
Relatively easy. It's not 100% easy.
Yeah,
but,
no, it's an incredible
gotta recode
website.
a little bit.
Yeah. Dude, like, just like the whole interface and like everything now, like looking at it from someone who wasn't building it all along and sort of seeing it in stages, it's like now looking at it, I'm like, man, I'm so proud of this shit. Like, this is epic.
It's up there with, I think, some of the cleanest sound/sample websites I've seen. If I'm honest, like, it sounds egotistical and cocky ass, but like really. Legitimately, I think it is.
Yeah.
And we've built it like that because we want it to be like that.
Well, we want it to be elite, and we want it, we don't want to just be another sound thing in the market. Like, it's one aspect of what we do. We do a lot of things, but ultimately our vision for 17 Online, like the OSO, like everything that's going to be incorporated into it it's essentially a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
Like, this is everything. Like, everything we create has purpose, and it is directed towards something bigger.
Yeah.
Something bigger, whether it's in artist development or, enhancing producers' like experience through the sounds or anything like that. Like, everything we're doing is just to take shit to the next level. So
100%.
I think we've really nailed that down.
Yeah, definitely. So on the site now, if you haven't been on 17 Online's Sounds site, OSOSounds.com, we have a Foundations pack that's on there now. It's free. All you have to do is literally click buy now, you put in your details, and it just gives you a free download link. You don't have to pay or anything. We also have Graveyard's Serum presets on there, which are insane.
They are nuts.
If you like trap, dubstep, rhythm, D&B, like they are insane. Like,
there should be a staple for your collection.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
Nuts.
And we've also got Marcus Santoro's sample pack on there that has a bunch of awesome, like, trancey /
this is the most like insane pack.
Yeah,
like this
like,
Santoro pack is like, I could just download it and I could just make like 10 tracks off this one pack.
Yeah,
like this pack
crazy.
Is bullshit. Like, it's too good.
Yeah,
like
100%.
It's a little bit like we could have. Realistically, we could have broken it up into several packs, but we're not.
Yeah,
but
100%.
it is epic.
100%.
So.
And on the site, we've got on the page. So if you go to OSO Sounds and you click on the packs, there's a demo track that is either just the samples smashed together into a track, or it's a track made out of the samples, essentially.
Yeah.
And then we've also got like little previews of a couple of the samples on there as well, so you can kind of get a feel for what's going to be in the actual pack.
Yep.
Yeah, so go have a sites if you like it, but if you don't, let us know what you want to see on the sites, then we'll get some more stuff. But we've also got, like we've said in previous episodes, another producers pack that will be released mid next month, so mid-June. He's got some major signings coming up as well, and his sound design and vocal processing and vocal chops are insane. So there is some crazy stuff in this pack.
Quite a unique sounding artist, and without saying the artist, you can't really compare him to anyone right now. So it's one of them ones you're just going to keep your eyes peeled for, because he's got some major releases coming up. he's already released on some majors, spinning, some other big ones as well, and
Yeah, Musical Freedom.
Musical Freedom.
Yeah.
Upcoming on, can we say?
Yeah, because we haven't said his name.
Yeah, sick. So upcoming releases on Monster Cat, which is huge.
Yeah.
So yeah, this pack is gonna be epic. So
Yeah.
really looking forward to the release of that one. So.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, we'll keep adding sounds to the website, also some plugins and a few other.
We want to grab some racks. I want to put some racks on and stuff like that. Like just some of my working racks and just things that I think are like super valuable for producers and things that I've just developed over time. Increase workflow and stuff like that. I think they're going to be killer and just put them on there at a really low price. And it's just like I'd rather buy racks than spending the time trying to set them up like half the time. So like, it's a super handy tool for producers. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's sick.
So that's OSO Sounds in a nutshell. Yeah, go check it out. Actually, have a look at the site. Even if you're not necessarily interested in buying anything, have a look and let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Always keen to hear what people have to say.
Definitely. So that is OSO and Sounds spelled SOUNDS.
Correct.
.com. So check that shit out. Another crazy front as well. Like, I know it's only been like, it's been 2 weeks since we've done an episode because we've just been flooded, man. So another exciting thing. We've just signed a new artist to OSO MGMT.
OSO Management, new artist, eh?
Yeah, someone I'm super excited about. So this guy that we've just signed, I originally met him, I think, 7 years ago. He messaged me on SoundCloud, and he's just like, hey, man, I see you make progressive house. I make progressive house too. I see you're on the Gold Coast. You want to leak? And I was just like, what the fuck is this? Like, SoundCloud? Who messaged on SoundCloud? I was like, and then I listened to his shit and I was like, fuck, this guy's really good. And then, we actually linked for coffee and met up. It was like an awkward first date. And then we just started talking about like artists we like and like different projects and stuff. And so Alex, the artist we signed, his name's Deakin. So Alex,
real name Alex.
Real name is Alex. So exposed. He's he's an incredible artist, man. And I remember just from when we first met, we talked about artists we like, and we sort of like talked about direction and stuff like that. And Alex doesn't come from a DJing background, so for him, he was really out of the loop. But he's always been a producer, grew up in bands and stuff like that. And I just remember we were bonding over an artist, and then. Probably 20 minutes into coffee, we're like, all right, let's go back to mine. Let's write a track. And we like wrote our first track that day together. And we've had so many collabs over the years. And he's an incredibly talented producer. He's been working with a lot of high tier artists at the moment as well now. And also working with some major labels, which is super sick. So really excited to be working with.
Yeah, a lot of opportunity as well with him. And it's awesome to see how quickly someone can progress if they're literally just in that producer lane, like because he isn't caught up in the whole DJing thing, and he can support himself with his production. It's like it's insane to see even just a couple years from where he's gone to now, and it's like you can ask him to do literally any genre and he's gonna pump out something that is like holy shit in like a very short amount of time. So he's worked on some crazy stuff for a lot of people. I'm sure most people in Australia know him.
Yeah, definitely, man. He's been in the shadows. He's probably been lurking on some of your favorite producers' tracks and stuff. He's an absolute weapon, and I'm happy to call him one of my best mates. So he's
legend.
He is a weapon. Most recently, he was just working on a Monster Cat release, which is pretty sick. So between that and releasing on Revealed Recordings last year, a few other majors.
Enhanced Progressive this year, EP.
Enhanced Progressive, and then like racking up millions of streams on. Between his project and other projects that he's worked on, incredibly talented guy, definitely one to look out for. So check him out. If you go over onto our OSO MGMT account, you'll be able to see his profile there. Links to all his socials. Follow him there. Check it out. He is definitely one to watch.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm so excited to work with him and.
Same, man.
It's gonna be awesome.
His turnaround and he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT, man.
He's good.
He is dope, man. So that's a super positive front, man. I feel like we've been really working hard, and it's kind of weird because some days, I don't know, a lot of days feel like Groundhog Day, to be honest. But it's like, hey, we're working so hard towards everything, and a lot of people have even said to us like, hey, why don't you just focus on one thing? And it's just like, no, Like I find that really tricky. Like, what are your views on that right now? Like,
I think that I 100% get the focus on one thing to nail it, and I don't think there's anything. I don't think one's better than the other. I think it depends on the type of person and mindset and what they want to do, and like the industry. It depends on a lot of things, but I think that for me, the focus on one thing would be really good if I was working full time. And I only had a small amount of time on the weekends, a small amount of time before and after work to just do one thing, because otherwise I'd be spreading myself too thin. Then that would make sense. But because we're doing this full time now, and then also, still DJing, but basically doing this full time.
Yeah.
We have I'll say we have the time. Like you always have time. It's just you sacrifice things. So like sacrifice a bit of sleep, sacrifice doing a lot of social, and you're going to fun events. But we still make time for it. But
100%.
The reason I think what we're doing works for us is because it's all within the same industry. We couldn't quit everything and just do OSO Sounds right now because it's not bringing in enough revenue right now to float both of us, and it probably won't for maybe a long time. We don't know. Like it's all uncertain. So it's one of those things where we need to do several things, and because if we're making a little bit of money from each thing, then we can kind of float for now until one of the things pops off, and then we can reassess and be like, okay, now we can hire someone to help us do this and this because we don't have enough time. And I think that's the route we're going is, we're setting up a lot of things, and as time progresses and as opportunities come, we'll slowly do the more top level stuff, and then we'll help get people to come help us on board with, more the creative and I'm not going to say grunt work, but like just the things that we don't have
some
necessarily
of
the time for every day.
That, where we can be focusing on big picture stuff, and we can have people making sure our day-to-day is running. Like essentially,
100%.
like we're looking at this like a company, not just like a joint venture of like, hey, let's see how much we can do between each other. And I think that's where a lot of people get confused with what we're doing. It's like, yeah, we can't keep working like this forever. Yeah. Like, this is crazy. But I kind of look at it like looking back on, like, say, my carpentry career or something like that. Like, I wouldn't say it's a career. What was it? A job?
Yeah.
When I was a carpenter, like, you got to build the foundations of a house first before the house can go up. You're not going to go bang up the center and framework without building the foundation. So I think that's essentially what we're doing is building foundations. And as soon as we finish one, it's like, okay, next. So, we're setting up this massive net. And as soon as like it starts to come up, it all comes up together, and it's like, all right, we're setting up for
100%.
something great.
And I at the moment I see it as we're not. This sounds counterintuitive, but we're not trying to make money. Like we're like obviously we're like we want like everyone wants to make money, but it's like we're not in the phase where we're trying to make money. We're more so in the phase of creating goodwill and also increasing the value of the whole OSO brand. So that. If someone was to come in and evaluate what we've created, it's like, oh, like, yes, they've got not much income or like whatever income we have right now, undisclosed. But it's like, oh shit, like if I was to come in and do this myself, it would take this amount of time and look what they've created. And that's how I want to see it as, we're building something that's not $1 million, $2 million cash grab that we're going to sell in a year. It's a thing that's going to be worth $1 billion, and we're putting everything in place to help elevate so everything will slowly creep up. And then it'll get to a stage where we're just bringing people in to help out more for efficiency purposes, opposed to us being like not having the time, because I think you can always make time till you can't. But it's like, for example, it's like, doing Photoshop things, like we're both okay, you're a lot better than me, but also if we hired someone that was just good at Photoshop, then it would be so much more efficient for everything we're doing.
Yeah, it'd be so much quicker, but it's like, hey, we can't afford to outsource. And then not only that, because you and I still have like very creative hands-on, so we're like, because even you and I will critique each other constantly, like when we're working on stuff like, hey, change that, change this. Like we couldn't afford to go back and forth with the graphic designer right now and do, hey, alteration this, alteration that. Like we're very lucky we do work with a super talented graphic designer. Shout out Noi, Koiru Designing. Like he does a lot of work for us behind the scenes. Like
100%. Like, working on the album cover right now. Hopefully.
Come on, Noi, come through, son. Nah, he kills, man. Like it's very rare that you get another creative that you're on the same wavelength with, and he's someone that we really love working with as well, and he's had a lot of input on the OSO brand from the start, like from the initial website to everything. So it's dope working with someone like him, but at the moment, like obviously it's something we'd love to have someone in-house doing that at some point.
Just a matter of time.
For right now we still have so much creative control over it, and we're trying to really, I guess, like, what would you say, like craft the direction, what's the word? I don't know, like mold the direction that we want. And just trying to keep it like, consistent across the brand as well. And
100%.
So yeah, and like you said before, it's like we're not trying to get rich. We're trying to build something bigger than that. Like anyone, like if you look at the COVID pandemic, how many people switched to making like Shopify stores and trying to get shit from China and doing that cheap drop ship, like get rich quick shit. Like it's
I'm not out here to like there's nothing against like people like whatever you want to do, but like for me it's like I don't want to sell a fidget spinner and make $5 million. Like, like, okay, cool. But also I'd rather spend that time building this to be $1 billion business. Because I know it will be. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, I believe that too, man. And it's like, we want to create wealth, not get rich.
And it's like it's the upswing, downswing thing as well. It's like if you build $1 billion business, unless you do something astronomically stupid, it's not just going to suddenly become zero.
Yeah.
But if you sell fidget spinners or whatever it is, I don't know why I'm using that example, but if you sell fidget spinners, they're popping one day, the next day can literally be zero and you have no control over that.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like we want to maintain control over everything we do and make sure that, we're putting everything in place so there's no chance that it's ever going to zero. It's only going up. No.
And we're all in at this point, so.
Yeah, 100%. And on that note, like I guess, we've been doing more stuff, so we're kind of doing a bit more consulting now. So we're working with some venues, and we've taken on the role of almost like a booking not a booking agent, but like we're doing the bookings,
like in-house bookings for some venues,
in-house bookings, and also like asset creation and marketing kind of assistance. So I guess you'd call it, and just consulting in general.
I'm really enjoying this aspect of it as well because it's like we see a lot, like I see a lot like from different clubs and like I see clubs that do it really well. Yeah. I see clubs that do it really shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I know what it takes to essentially create a good online persona in a club and image a brand and something like that. So I'm actually having fun with this shit, man.
Yeah,
it's
awesome.
Kind of like it's like a cool art project and it's cash flow in the business as well, which is good because as we said before, we're like full time on this. Like we're barely DJing at the moment, which is good because, like the goal is in time, obviously not yet, but in time is to move away from resident DJing and just solely tour and work, within the J-Dub project and the OSO project. So, so this has been a really cool thing to, keep us floating along.
Yeah, definitely. I think the biggest takeaway from me was, we always kind of wanted to do consulting, but we never really like saw it like happening anytime soon. So it was awesome for me to see that, like club owners have come to us and have seen the value in what we do and believe and trust in us and our vision because we've done what we've done with OSO and how we brand ourselves, that they're like, wow, like, we know you know what you're talking about, so we want you to do what you think is going to work in my venue.
Yeah,
and it's
for
like
our business. Like, that's a huge thing.
Yeah. And like, I think we're going to kill it.
Yeah.
And, like, I know we're going to kill it because we won't stop until it's exactly what we want it to be from the outside in. But like for me it was just awesome to see people putting their trust and faith in us and because there's been a lot of instances around the past year where people haven't and it's super frustrating, but you got to do what you got to do and we just look for the opportunities where they come.
That's it, man. And like I feel like it's like everything we're doing, we're working so hard that it's better to be prepared with no opportunity than have no opportunity and not be prepared. And I feel like that's exactly what we're doing with our foundations, is really setting that base, and we're really setting a standard and a very high standard at that mark, and something I'm truly proud of.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Yeah, I can happily wear my OSO shirt every day and I can feel like I'm, doing, I'm a part of something bigger, which is really cool. And I really hope that other people feel the same way when they're, repping our stuff and like supporting
definitely.
our stuff. So yeah, it's dope, man.
Sick. So what's on the cards this week?
So this week, we have to go to our whiteboard very soon, and we're going to reassess all the goals for this week because it's Monday morning. We're kicking it off. One thing that I'm implementing into my week this week is starting journaling. So this is something I've always read about. I guess I've heard about on podcasts mostly from, like a lot of high-performing people is they're journaling and they're doing better planning and stuff like that. So I actually bought this book yesterday, High Performance Planner. Just grabbed it at the local bookshop and did the first exercises in that this morning. And it seems like a pretty dope layout so far. I'll definitely keep you guys updated if it's something I continue to pursue. I'm at least going to give it like 3 months of doing it daily to, get a gauge if it's, something that I feel is beneficial to me. And I'm really excited about that. But besides that, man, like we got, along with that, we have so much shit going on. We're like finalizing the deep down all the assets today. Hopefully that's all done, and then you're going to be running into the back end of Deep Down.
Yep.
And then
Getting on all the distribution platforms and start the push for YouTube promo and see who's keen to premiere it and that sort of thing, and just getting everything in place between radio stations. And it's gonna be a full on week, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna be another crazy week, but I'm really looking forward to it. And then outside of that, it's about like playing some other stuff. We had some other opportunities this morning, music for pitch and stuff like that, which I'm really looking forward to. And doing some more cool stuff on that. And then not only that, we'll definitely be doing just going over some of the future releases that we can't really talk too much on yet, but there's definitely some checking back to do on a lot of stuff. So
yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on this year. It's exciting.
It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope, man. So yeah, I think that's been a good OSO catch up, man. Like we've powered through that. So
yeah, sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll keep cracking at it, and we'll probably have a podcast just before the next race, so we'll release another podcast the following week. So you'll hear from us just before Deep Down comes out, and then make sure you check it out and let us know what you reckon.
Hell yeah. Looking forward to it. Thank you guys again so much for tuning in, supporting the OSO movement, 17 Online, everything we're doing. I'm forever grateful for the people that are fucking with this right now, because when this shit goes big, and it's only going to be a matter of time. When one of us goes up, we all go up together. We're a family. So,
100%. I really appreciate it, everyone. Cheers for listening.
Shout out the gang.